Did you text somebody else? Were you texting somebody else? Carla was like, no. She was like, okay. You expect this man to sit around and be beat up by you verbally and not text nobody else? You're delusional.
Very delusional.
Like, hey y'all. Welcome back to my channel. I said, hey.
Hey.
Welcome back to my channel.
Hey girl.
Hey y'all, I'm Jazmyn W. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Y'all know I like to jump right into it, but first, I must let you know that if you have not subscribed to my channel, baby, you don't support black women and you a hater, and you might as well just go ahead and quit playing with me.
Period.
Okay? Subscribe to my channel. If you want to know how you can support me, it's Black History Month. For me, Black History is every month, every day, every hour on the hour. But if you want to know how you can support me as an independent black comedian, you know what you can do? You can subscribe to my channel. You can tell somebody about the channel. You can share the channel. I have memberships on the channel here now, so you can join me in a conversation about intimacy every week. In a podcast that I do on my Patreon and my YouTube memberships called Jazz After Dark. Last week we talked about lube, and this month we're gonna have a special episode that my secret society asked for, where I'm going to I've already ordered a few different lubes and we're going to just test them out. Not on camera, not like that, y'all. I'm just saying I'm gonna feel them, smell them, taste them, and give you guys what I think. We're gonna have a special episode for that, but you do have to be a part of the secret society to join this conversation where we just talk about intimacy and get to know our likes and dislikes and explore that kind of thing. And yeah, so I have memberships here on YouTube now. There's already some exclusive content on there, including Jazz After Dark, a special dad with my video, a special video with my dad, plus more. Or you can join the Patreon, where there is over a year's worth of content on there for you to enjoy. Okay. Yeah, that's how you can support me. But today we're going to be talking about Married at First Sight. It should honestly be called Married at First Mistake at this point, because it's looking like a mistake for a lot of people on this show. On my channel, we always start with the...
Y'all say it.
And I'm just going to leave that for the people who know what the hell going on over here. Okay? So this week, I think the most boring couple is kind of the same every week. I'm not even going to lie to y'all, but... let's start with Carla and Juan. Let's start with them, okay? Carla and Juan met with a tarot card reader, and her advice, I kind of missed the first maybe 4 minutes of the episode, but her advice was them to stop focusing on each other's weaknesses, Juan, and stop thinking, this doesn't make sense, this doesn't make sense, this doesn't make sense. And start thinking, hey, maybe this is a good fit for me. Maybe it's not supposed to make sense. And stuff like that.
Terrible advice.
Juan said that he doesn't really believe in tarot card readers. He doesn't believe in crystals. He doesn't believe in gems. He doesn't believe in any of that, because he says that he likes to live his life on a blank slate.
Whatever the hell that means.
Now, if there's nothing we learned from this season, okay? And if there's nothing else we learned from this season in life, it's to understand that men just say things. They don't have to make sense. They just say them, and then they hope that we will nod our heads and not ask them any additional questions about what the hell they just said when it don't make no fucking sense. Okay? Ooh. We've seen Juan do it. We've seen Echi do it. We've seen Allan do it. And we've seen the president do it. And if that ain't enough reason to make you fully believe that men just be saying stuff and they hope you don't ask them no more additional questions because they don't know what the hell they talking about and they never have a plan, never had a plan, never will have a plan, then this is the evidence.
Right here.
Okay?
And don't say not all men. If it don't apply,
let it fly. Because saying, I like to live my life on a blank slate, what does that mean?
Nothing. Don't mean nothing.
Do you believe in God? I'm not saying you have to. I'm just wondering, what the hell are you talking about? Okay, you don't know? Okay, I don't know either. Anyway. Juan said he told his friend... Keep in mind, Juan met with his friend, and I don't know if they were stretching. I don't know what they were doing. They were in athletic clothes, and they were moving their bodies.
He was doing something.
He told his friend that living with Carla is fine and they have a good friendships. They just don't have any romance. The friend proceeded not to ask one investigatory question about their relationship
whatsoever.
So, I mean, what are you guys doing? I mean, so, you know, where you guys headed? I mean, you guys don't have romance. So have you guys kind of explored you know, that? You didn't ask him not one damn question. No, not one interesting question about how he felt about Carla, about the relationship. Are you not attracted to her? Like, what's the reason for not having romance? Is it because you're not attracted? Is it because you don't want to be? You're not a romantic individual? What is it? Like, when are we gonna? Anyway. Juan told his friend that they did some tantric yoga and he didn't get anything out of it. And I honestly wrote down, looking back at that episode, I'm like, it's because it wasn't tantric. Juan told his friend that he didn't get anything out of tantric yoga. And I wrote down, because we talked about tantric sex on Jazz After Dark, I don't think there was anything tantric about it. Now that I look back at that episode, Juan, you didn't get anything sensual out of it at all because you guys rubbed each other's bodies with roses. When I did my episode of Jazz After Dark about tantric sex, I don't claim to be an expert on it, okay? But I did do research for the episode, and tantric sex was all about the mind, the body, and the breathing connection. Y'all didn't connect. Y'all's bodies didn't even touch during this. So, and y'all also didn't do yoga. So what the hell was that?
Nothing.
Lifetime?
That lady just came
What
over.
the hell was the whole tantric yoga thing? Y'all didn't do no yoga and y'all didn't do nothing tantric. Anyway, that kind of made me mad because looking back at it, I was like, they never touched each other once. Like, anyway. He said he's not big on spiritual stuff. It's not him. It doesn't have to be, but also, what are you big on? Like, he said he's big on believing himself because everything he do himself and he make his own decisions and he run his life. Okay, girl. Anyway, he said that he believes that believing in crystals and stuff like that is a fantasy world. I wrote down Juan ain't said shit. It's so tough. It's so hard. It's so tough.
Hard.
It's so hard. It's tough. You know,
really
being
hard.
married is tough. It's tough. It's hard. It's tough. It's hard. Are we talking about marriage or are we talking about a fucking steak?
Okay, chewy.
Okay, well, what are we talking about here, guys? Like, can we say something that actually makes sense? Like, can we finish a sentence?
The marriage is medium rare.
Anyway, I wrote down, Carla, that man don't like you. But the gag is, Carla already knows that.
She don't like him.
She don't like him either. She's just being open to the process and just guiding, like, really swimming downstream. Honestly, I love Carla. The more and more I see Carla, the more I love her. Because I honestly do see myself in her because I'm a Pisces. This is exactly how I would act on the show.
Yep.
If I got hooked up with a fine man who's not interested in me, I would just say, oh, okay. So what you been doing?
No, you know, just chilling.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, what about you?
No, I'm gonna go out with my friends. Yeah. Okay.
Tonight?
Yeah. You gonna be here when I get back? Okay,
yeah, I'll be
cool.
Here.
I would not even care. Like,
at all.
Anyway, I wrote down, Carla looked high half this episode. I'm not even gonna lie, Carla looked like she was they see me rolling, they hating, patrolling, they trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty. Her eyes was low as hell.
Was I beatboxing? Okay.
She was like,
I don't know how to beatbox.
Yeah. I think she whispered after the episode. She was like,
yeah.
That would have been me. I'm not even gonna lie. Anyway, I wrote down, Carla checked out of this relationship because she can't be herself. She even said that herself on the episode. And at the end of the episode, Carla said, I'm gonna do the best I can with what I got. And the DJ played it like Mariah Carey. She was like, ooh. I don't blame her one bit. So yeah, that is Carla and Juan. I would have been high too. Like, okay. Let's move on to Camille and Thomas. I think they might be the next boring couple. Let me go through everybody. I only have this many notes on them, half a page. Okay, let's go to Camille and Thomas. Thomas was very quiet this episode. He didn't have a lot to say. Camille wants Thomas to move in with her after after the show is over and before their leases are up. Thomas said, you know, he was like, it really don't really make sense to do it to break our leases. You know why? Because breaking leases costs money.
Money, honey. Do you have it?
Why would you give money away just so you can live with this man? I don't believe you should. I wrote down, Camille is a planner. And Thomas needs to understand this. Let's wait and see does not work when you're a planner. I'm a planner. So the worst thing a man can tell me is let's wait and see. Because if you're not my man, I'm going to wait and make other plans and you will see that I have other plans later. Like, I don't wait.
Other plans.
It's like, okay, I'm making the plans right now. I'm asking you because I'm making plans right now. And if you don't make plans, baby, I've already made a plan and it's me by myself. Like, that's what it is. But if you're in a committed relationship and you are a planner, if you're in a committed relationship, a long-term partnership, a marriage or something like that, you have to simply tell the person, listen, I understand that you would like to wait and see, but I'm uncomfortable and it leaves me in a space of like extreme uncomfortability to just leave it up in the air. So can we make a plan? Because I really need us to make a plan about this. And 9 times out of 10, a man is going to tell you, okay, plan it.
Do it.
And then I'm going to say, okay. And I'm going to go plan it. And I'm going to come back with the plan. And this is what we doing. Because what? All you have to do is you literally have to tell a man, listen, I'm uncomfortable with leaving things without a plan on this. Like, this makes me uncomfortable, uneasy. So can we have a plan? And I promise you 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, okay, do it. Because they're not going to do it, but they'll adhere to whatever you say. So just do the plan. Anyway, Thomas clearly said to Camille during this episode, I'll ride with you. I'll ride with you. Can I ride with you? You know what that means? Camille, you're driving.
You driving. You leading.
You driving. You driving. You driving the boat. You Meg the Stallion. Yeah. Yes, honey. When a man tells you, can I ride with you? That means you're in the driver's seat. You are the leader. And I know Camille don't want to be the leader so bad, but she continues to act like a leader. Example number 1. When Camille and Thomas met with Pastor Cal, number 1, Thomas was looking worn out. Why he looked so tired? He working a lot? He working extra hours, or what's going on? Camille wearing him down? What's going on? Anyway, Camille was leading the conversation.
Like she normally do.
She sat closest to Pastor Cal. Pastor Cal said, okay, we want to talk about what's going on after y'all leave. She said, yeah. She was talking. She barely let Pastor Cal ask a question before she had an answer to it. And Thomas was back here and she was in the driver's seat during this very conversation. Pastor Cal told Camille and Thomas that it didn't make sense for them to alternate apartments until one of their leases was up. I don't understand why it didn't make sense. You come to my house for a week. I come to your house for a week. I don't understand why that doesn't make sense. I personally don't. If you're going to be in a marriage with somebody for the rest of your lives and that is the plan, why does it matter that for the next for the next 3 months, for the next 6 months, we have to go back and forth?
Why? Yeah.
I don't see the issue.
We together forever.
But I know that Camille is newly married. And she feels like that's going to take the steam out of their relationship. I personally just don't agree with it. Because marriages do have ebbs and flows. So this could just be one of those moments where the flow is different. And then when you guys move back in together, you spend the time finding a place where that works for both of y'all and big enough for y'all and everything like that. It is a different part of the relationship. I feel like just from my experience being in a very long-term relationship, like, everything's not going to always meet your expectations. So you have to just ride with the ebbs and flows of a relationship. Demanding that you guys break your leases and move in together, I just feel like you're just trying to kind of rush things a little bit. Just relax. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I also didn't understand why Camille couldn't just say that she didn't want to do it. I don't want to do that. If it's not something that you want, just say, I don't want to. Can we come up with a different option?
Communicate.
She told Thomas at the end of the day she wanted him to take the lead on finding a place because that would make her feel more secure in the relationship. And I do understand that. It sounds like she could have communicated that to Thomas though. Hey Thomas, I'm really solid on how I feel. In order for me to feel, that this is something that you want, I need you to take the lead on this. Because otherwise it feels like I'm just doing everything. I'm doing the pursuing. I'm doing the bending. I'm asking you, do you want to move in together? I'm demanding you move in together. I'm saying, okay, well, this is where we're going to move. This is what we're going to do. She's planning the whole thing. And it probably makes her feel like she's the one kind of pushing things forward and not him. So she wants to feel like this is something that he wants too. So I do understand that. Camille asked Thomas how he wants to split the bills. He said 50-50.
Ooh, what y'all got to say about that?
I know some of y'all thongs crowd right up your asses when he said 50-50.
Y'all got body aches.
I know some of y'all booty holes closed up for shop as soon as Thomas said 50-50. And let me just say this. I think you have to do whatever works for you in a relationship. Every relationship is different. If you don't want to go half with somebody on the bills, you need to date somebody who got way more money than you.
Lots of money. Lots.
Because I don't see how you make $120,000 and your partner make $120,000 and they supposed to pay all the bills. If y'all want me to do a video about this, let me know. But y'all,
the math ain't mathing.
If you want somebody, it doesn't matter, man, woman, non-binary. If you want a partner who pays all of the bills, get somebody who makes 3 times as much money as you or more.
More.
Because I don't understand how y'all both make $75K and you want him to pay all the rent, all the utilities, your car note, your phone bill. You want him to get your hair done, your nails done, and he don't have enough money for that.
Well,
and you need a bigger place, and you need an office, and you need a place to you need a gym in the building, and you want to buy a house, and you want to do that. Listen, that's unrealistic for the average American person. Like,
let me know.
But y'all ain't gonna like it when I say it, but okay. Watch Jay, they not gonna.
Nobody likes it when anybody says it, but it's realistic.
But also be financially independent, okay? Or you'll never be able to leave. Anyway, let's move on.
And that's on that.
Let's move on to Madison and Allan. Madison said, we started off the episode with Madison sneaking in while Allan was asleep and waiting for her on the couch.
Tiptoeing.
She tiptoed into the house like this.
Oh my gosh. Why is you so dramatic? Do you have to show how she did it? What is this doing for the show? Like,
I'm like, girl, if you don't get in the room, like,
if you don't get on with the review.
The man is sleeping on the couch because he's waiting for you to come home so you can make noise. And anyway, they sat down with Dr. Pia. And we talked about the fact that Madison likes to come home every night at 3 o'clock in the morning. And Madison was like, I don't do it every night. I'm not out every night. And then the producer said, oh, really? Because we about to run it back. 3 nights in a row. 3 days ago, 2 days ago, and last night. Each night she came home and she was sneaking and tiptoeing across the couch, across the living room, across the kitchen, across the cameras to get to the room. Baby, please don't tell me with that physique that you're eating velvet taco every night, because you're not. You're a fucking liar. You're a liar. You ain't eating velvet taco every night, girl. Please don't tell me you and your girlfriends went to velvet taco 3 nights in a row. That is a damn lie, okay? Because Madison has abs. Ain't no way she eat. Ain't no way. Like, you is not about to fool me, honey. Because I be in the gym and guess what? I can barely crack a little indentation on the side. Please. Anyway, I wrote down, Madison, if you love your friends so much, then marry them. It makes sense. If you love your friends, if you love hanging out with your friends, if you run to your friends every time you have a problem in your life, if you run to your friends when you happy, if you run to your friends when you sad, if you run to your friends for advice, if you run to your friends for a hug and affection, and when somebody, you have a death in the family, and you run to your friends, and you like to be out with your friends, and you stay out with your friends, and you like to kick it with your friends, and you rather be with your friends, marry your friends. Why are you not with your friends? You might as well sleep with your friends, be with your friends, and marry your friends. What's not clicking? Well, Jazmyn, I can't marry my friends. My friends are all women. Be with them. Yeah, get a house like the Golden Girls and kick it with them. Be with them. Sleep with them. Kiss them. You do everything else. You run to them for emotional, all types of support. Just go ahead and be with them. What's not clicking with y'all? Y'all sound like y'all really in soulmates. Anyway, Madison said, I don't understand what the problem is. I came home. Like, I get it. I stayed out until 3 o'clock in the morning every single night, and I didn't tell you where I was going or when I was coming back. And when I came home, I didn't want to wake you up because I don't want to look at your damn ugly ass face or smell your breath or even give you an explanation. And I don't like talking to you. I don't like being around you. And I get all of that, but I came home at the end of the day. So, like, what's the issue? Like, the issue is that you're out every damn night, Madison, until 3 o'clock in the morning, and then you come home smelling. Anyway, I wrote down, Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. And when he died, because that's what you is, girl. You a party girl, and you Papa at this point. I can't even sugarcoat it. I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt last week. I couldn't. Everybody in the comments was like, oh, she's a Rolling Stone. She love to be out. She's a party girl. She's a party girl. And I said, no, maybe she, maybe not, maybe not. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. Okay, anyway. Madison says she doesn't want to be around Allan. He gets on her nerves. And makes her want to stay out all night. Allan said he kept bringing up the fact that he was having nightmares. Honestly, Allan, I don't care about you having nightmares about the fact that Madison's not going to be with you no more. Like, I kind of feel like Allan being like, I'm having nightmares about her breaking up with me. I'm having nightmares. I think you trying to, like, convince her to stay with you. So what, you don't have a heart attack or something like that? Like, a man telling me that he having nightmares about me leaving him, I don't know what that does. I don't know what that does. I don't know. If a man told me I'm having nightmares about me leaving you, I don't know what I would say. I wouldn't say, "Aw." I'd say, "Oh, damn, that's, do you kill me in your nightmares or what happens next? Go to sleep and let's find out what happened," because it sounds a little bit off to me. Like, I'm having nightmares about you leaving me. I'll be like, okay, well, close your eyes and I'll be gone. Because what the hell, you think I'm about to stick around? You having fucking nightmares about me leaving? Nah, hell no. I'm not about to let you wake up from that dream.
I'll be gone before you open
Because in the middle of the night, you might look over and you slapping me or something like, oh, hell no. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. Anyway, Madison and Allan sat down with Dr. Pia. And Madison apologizes for going back to her old ways.
Right.
And Allan accepts her apology. Anyway, later on in the episode, Madison and Allan meet with a stylist. And I wrote down, ladies, y'all could use some help too.
Okay, y'all ain't the only ones.
Y'all could use some help too.
I'm no fashionista.
Y'all could, because the only one who I think it dresses really cute on the show is Emem.
And Carla.
The rest of y'all. Madison did have on a cute like top right here though, but I think she needs to figure out what styles are flattering for her body type. But anyway.
This was very cute.
I wrote down, Allan, what the F you got on?
What the F?
The shirt looks too small, and then he has on a red hat. He said he's a mix of Trailer Park and James Bond. No, I just think you're a mix of Trailer Park.
And Trailer Park. And heavy on the park.
Because I don't see nothing James Bond about what the hell you got on. You talk about some aviator sunglasses. It gives very much Trailer Park. Brother who moved outside of the trailer park but comes back to the trailer park. Anyway, Allan said, I don't give a F how I look because I'm confident. I think actually that's the opposite of confidence. I think not giving a F about how you look is not confident. And then caring about how you look is confidence.
Exactly.
Y'all let me know if y'all agree with that or disagree. But if I don't care how I look, it's probably because I just really just don't care, you know. I think people who care how they look, it doesn't mean they have to dress in expensive things. It doesn't mean they have to dress in, you know, whatever's trending online. But I think caring about the things that you put together is a part of your creativity. It's a part of your self-esteem or how you like to show up in the world. It's a really great example of having confidence. I don't really get that. Anyway, one thing I wrote about Madison is she cares so much about what other people think. I think that's what's keeping Madison from being in a successful relationship. And I think that's what keeps a lot of people from being in a successful relationship or a happy relationship or being in love, is because you care so much about what other people think that you are not giving the person in front of you an opportunity, and you're not giving, you know, you're not really showing or giving them a chance to see if you like them or not. I'm not saying that that's necessarily the case with Madison, but it is very clear that her past relationships didn't work and she was with a lot of F-boys. And it's probably because she's like, oh, they're so hot, we look good together sort of thing. And they didn't end up working out. And Allan, somebody like Allan, honestly, my mom said this is the type of person she needs to be with. Maybe not Allan specifically because he has some, you know, quirks about him. Mm-hmm. But this type of guy, that's what my mom said. Go watch the review with my mom if you didn't watch it. Anyway, we got Allan into some new clothes. I wrote down the white jeans looked really good. The red looked good as well. The chocolate looked nice. I think that white people have to be careful when y'all wear red though, because sometimes those red undertones will come out into your skin. The red undertones in your skin come out in not necessarily good ways, especially when it's, you know, winter time or if it's like super hot outside. You don't want to look like, I remember one time I worked with a white man and he had a pink jacket that he would wear, and he honestly looked like a little Piggly Wiggly walking around. And I just really didn't understand why he would wear that color when it brought out the worst undertones in his skin, and he literally looked like a Piggly Wiggly walking around. And I just didn't understand that. So ever since then, I be telling white people, really, not super pale people don't have this issue, but just like, if you got just like a, you know, if you're not olive or you're not pale, and you wearing red and pink and stuff like that, sometimes that brings out the very odd undertones in your skin. You don't need to do that. So I don't know about the redness, because he might walk into a room and get shy or something like that. Then he looked the same color as his suit. Anyway, I thought it was really gross and weird when Allan said, let's get the juices flowing. Is he talking about coochie?
Yes. Now what? Speechless.
Allan, you haven't even kissed this lady since y'all been married.
Right.
What makes you think the coochie is about to flow? You can't even get these lips.
Wow.
Anyway, Allan, I guess at some point during this episode, got one of his teeth shaved down.
What? I missed it.
I don't know why he would do that. That's not a big deal.
Why?
I don't know. Anyway, they got to the retreat. They were the first couple to arrive at that big old ugly house that they booked.
Right. Hideous.
And Madison said, "Oh, they have a bathtub." And Allan said, "Wow, if things have been different in this marriage, we could have taken a bath in that tub." And she was like, "We can get in there with our swimsuits.
Girl.
And David can come in there too, because if the tub's big enough for all three of us."
She did not say that.
Allan said he didn't bring a swimsuit. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. I love taking a bath with a man.
Okay, girl. Who don't?
I think I'm just gonna get a blow-up doll at this point and just stick it in the tub with me, honey. Turn into a real episode of Black Mirror.
You won't drown.
Anyway, let's move on to David and Michelle. This is gonna be too long. I need to hurry up. Let's move on to David and Michelle. First of all, Michelle's trying to figure out who David is texting. Michelle, guess what? You don't fucking know her
at all.
Michelle, you don't like... Michelle says she has a tiny suspicion that David is texting Madison because he's her type. Listen, I know the speculation is that David was texting Madison this season, but at the end of the day, Michelle admits that she has zero evidence and she's just going off of her gut feeling. Let's see if it's right. That's all I'm going to say.
Let's see.
I just don't understand why she would assume that he's texting Madison when he admitted to texting and meeting up for coffee with his ex. Like, honestly, if a man is with me and he's texting another girl, I don't care who he's texting at that point. Like, I honestly don't give a fuck. She could be Michelle Obama or she could be Michelle on the street corner. I don't care. And that rhymes. I don't care. Okay? The point is you texting somebody else and that's the end of the conversation. Like, I know they don't expect Michelle to continue with this process. Why is she dragging it? Anyway, I wrote down, Michelle, can you tell us why you care about this?
Why?
Then David comes into the scene and he's like, okay, I want to be real. I want to be up front. I was texting Tiffany. I was talking to a girl. Her name is Tiffany. And she texted me that night and sent me a picture. And I said, you look good as I just want to eat you, gobble you the hell up with your fine ass. And Michelle was like, show me the text.
Girl.
Show you the text? For what?
Why?
You don't like this man.
At all.
You never liked this man.
Never.
He texted somebody who likes him. And now you're acting mad. You're acting upset. Michelle, please go to hell. Please. Please.
That rhymes.
Oh my gosh. Like, David was like, listen, you told me you didn't want to be with me multiple times. You told me you didn't like me. You told me a million different ways you didn't like me. And I got attention from somebody else. Like,
yep.
She was like, well, I never said that there wasn't an opportunity. Like, I never said things were cut off. You did, though. Saying
Many
I
times.
would never be with somebody like this. I would never marry somebody like this. Like, I don't like the way he smells. I don't like the way he looks. I don't like the way he dresses. I don't like his personality. He doesn't make enough money. I don't like his physique. I don't find him attractive. What you think a man gonna do? You think he gonna sit around and just not text another bitch?
Hell no.
Child, men can be in full healthy, happy relationships and be texting other bitches. And you think he gonna walk around with you and let you call him stanky and dusty and broke, and he not gonna be texting nobody else? You gotta be delusional. You gotta be out your mind.
Gotta be.
No, I personally think that Michelle literally saw that she was being the bad guy this season. And once she found out that David had slipped up, she was like, you're the bad guy. I thought you were a good guy, but the whole time you were crappy. And guess what? I'm not wrong for not liking you because you're a shitty person. And that is what she's going off of. Making David the bad guy so she can be wiped clean of the things that she said and did this season and say, see why I didn't like him? He's not a good guy. That's why I didn't like him. I had a gut feeling. But the reality is I think that what I said is she had some internal biases, and she didn't like the fact that he didn't make enough money for her. And she was completely biased on you know, who he was. And she was also not very empathetic or not very understanding when it came to his cultural background. Him living with his family and how his family operated and things like that. She was completely insensitive and self-centered. And yeah, she wants us to ignore that because David was texting another woman. That's it. But guess what, baby? I ain't forgot. So both of y'all are trash. He lying to me and I'm lying to him. Fuck it. Guess we both ain't shit. Like, quit asking me when I'm gonna leave my nigga. No, you still with your bitch. Like, why are you asking him? I don't get it. I really don't. I wouldn't be surprised if Michelle was talking to another man. And Michelle's favorite thing this season was like, okay, everybody's like, okay, well, I wasn't happy in my marriage, so I understand. Well, were you texting somebody else? Were you texting somebody else? She asked Carla on the after show. They said, Carla, what do you think about what Michelle and David went through? Carla said, to be honest with you, it was hard watching you guys as a couple.
It was.
So I understand David, he went somewhere else for attention. She was like, I understand it's hard. And Michelle was like, did you text somebody else? Were you texting somebody else? Carla was like, no. She was like, okay. You expect this man to sit around and be beat up by you verbally and not text nobody else. You're delusional.
Very delusional.
Like, anyway, David shaking his head and his shoulders. That's how you know a man is lying. When a man gets to shaking his head and his shoulders and doing all this bobblehead type shit, he's lying, okay? I made a mistake. I'm embarrassed. I didn't want it to be this way. I thought it was going to be different. I thought, I wanted to be with you. I was focused on you. That's how you know a man is lying.
Through his teeth.
Okay? When he started shivering and shaking and shit, he's a damn lie. I just want y'all to know that. Okay?
Thank you.
I should do a video about 5 ways you know a man is lying to your damn face. And I'll tell y'all 2 right now. Number 1 is a shiver and shake. Number 2 is when you ask him a question about where he been, what he done, X, Y, and Z, and he get up and, oh, come on, man. Oh, I'm out of here. And he leave. When he come back, you better have your shit packed. That's for damn sure. Anyway, I wrote down Michelle has to take some responsibility. David left and he said he going to the gym. And he packed his shit and went to the gym. Anyway, I didn't understand why the producer was confused. Because the producer was like, David, what was that? And he was like, what do you mean what was that? I was texting Tiffany. It was Tiffany. It was Tiffany the whole time. I was texting Tiffany. It was Tiffany. I was texting Tiffany. It was Tiffany. And the producer was like, what? I didn't really understand why the producer was confused. I don't know.
Because he lying.
Anyway, Michelle said, who am I supposed to believe? How am I supposed to believe you? Okay, you came back and told me you lied to me for 3 or 4 days. And you came back and told me this. And now how am I supposed to believe you? What am I supposed to believe? Who do I believe? What do I believe? Believe what you want. Like, why do you need to believe anything? Believe your gut. Believe God. In here. Okay? You knew all along that he was lying. So believe yourself. Believe in you. How about that? I don't understand what you want him to do about your beliefs. Girl, you already know he lied and he's gonna lie and he's lying and he's a liar. So what else do you want? Like, anyway, they got to the retreat. Michelle was still mad. I said, girl, bye. Why are you here then?
Why?
Stop doing the show.
Quit.
Michelle is similar to Echi. You know why? Because the only reason she came on this retreat is so that she can get David to confess and prove that he's a bad person in front of the entire group. Because if you really cared about preserving your mental health, your past traumas, your inner child, and all that other shit, you wouldn't be at the retreat. You wouldn't be on the show no more. But you wanted to get in front of the group and say, hey, David, how about you stand up in front of everybody and tell them that you're a shitty Negro. And I will be absolved from all the responsibility of hating your ass this whole entire time.
Gag it.
Go ahead. And guess what? That doesn't make you a very good or nice person. It makes you so nasty, so rude.
So nasty, so
And if I was David, I wouldn't have did the shit, to be honest with you. But David, he's still trying to be a good guy. He's trying really hard to be a good guy. So he did it.
On camera.
Better than him than me. Anyway, I wrote down David is fed up and he no longer gives a F. Good for him. I wrote down, oh my God, this is David we're talking about, not Diddy. Why does he have to get up and say out loud that he's a bad person? He's a flawed human being. He's a failed man with a failed marriage in front of everybody. Like, his crimes were minimal, in my opinion. He texted another woman because you didn't like him. I don't understand what the issue is. Like, child, anyway. I wrote down, Michelle, go be alone. Anyway, Michelle said, once I let my guard down, it's exactly when I let my guard down is when he started to text someone else. As soon as I let my guard down, girl, you never let your guard down. And it wasn't even a guard you had up. You had a whole
gate.
I don't even know what to call it, honey.
The Great Wall of China.
I don't even know what to call it. But what was interesting is once Michelle and David started to, go back and forth about what happened, Allan jumped in and Madison was like, I'm out of here. I don't even want to be a part of this. Madison, what does this have to do with you? What are we missing here? Did the producers cut something out, something that was said, something that was insinuated that made Madison get up? Because why would she get up and leave like that when we're talking about their marriage?
Let us know.
Michelle said on the after show, because maybe it's because we're talking about her man. All I know is if they was talking about my man, if I was on the show and I was Madison and I was having an affair with David, I would have just been sitting there like,
what y'all want to eat? Appetizers?
Y'all thirsty? Anybody want some shots? Or I brought some tequila. Y'all don't want that? Okay, I'm
gonna take a shot.
Do we have any dinner rolls or something like that? Y'all ain't got no rolls? I need some bread. Like, what?
Do we have any limes?
Oh my goodness. My mouth is so dry. I'm tired of talking about the same thing. We got one more couple. We have 44 minutes. Ooh, I gotta relax before I talk about the blacks. Hold on. Do I have any water? Let me get some water, honey, because the way these people just... Let's talk about Emim and Echi. Or No Coochie, as I like to call him on my page, because he doesn't want any. Now, before we talk about this couple, I need to know, please, can somebody tell me what's wrong with this man? I don't know if it looks like narcissism. I don't know if it looks like a borderline personality disorder. I don't know if it looks like just a sociopath. I don't know if it looks like an opportunist. Like, my head is really rattled. I'm no therapist. But my head is rattled over this because what is wrong with this man? I really think that, as we say in my family, I think he's missing a few bricks. And I think that's just the end of it. He's missing a few bricks. But I definitely think the cognitive reasoning is lacking. And then also the empathy is not there. I also think the social awareness, there's a little bit of social awareness that he is just simply lacking as well. He doesn't understand how he's being perceived. I can tell that he simply thinks that others are perceiving him the way he perceives himself. But that's not the case. Like, something is grinding my gears about him. And I don't even know what it is. I would be interested to see his interview with the specialist, the therapist, Pastor Cal. I would be interested to see some of this pre-marriage personality that he put on to get on the show. So yeah, anyway, we start off the episode with Dr. Pia. We start off the episode with Dr. Pia asking Emem why she hasn't talked to her husband. Where is her husband? What is her husband up to? What did her husband eat for breakfast? I don't know why she's asking Emem these questions. How's she supposed to know? I don't know. I don't know where the nigga at. Like, what? Then No Coochie walks in. He gives Dr. Pia a hug. He sits down. And Dr. Pia gives him a beat, which means gives him a moment. And he doesn't acknowledge his wife. Even if she's not, he doesn't want to be married to her. He doesn't acknowledge the person that he's sitting there, who he's supposed to be in a relationship to chat about. I wrote down, this is very odd behavior from a human being. I think this is weirdo behavior, allegedly. I think that he spends a lot of his time trying to figure out how he can bring Emem down and put her down. I just think it's just a very odd behavior for a human being. I don't know anybody like this. I've never been around anybody like this. I'm really perplexed at how he thinks this is going to work, and that he actually behaved this way on television, as he seems like somebody who really cares about what others think about him because he has such low self-esteem. It's just not really computing with me in my head about this type of person. Honestly, when I meet people who give me this sort of vibe in life, I completely avoid them. I block them. I never speak to them again. I don't really surround myself with a lot of people who behave as odd as this. I just don't. So I don't get it. It's not clicking with me. I'm done trying to figure this out. Dr. Pia asked him why he hasn't reached out to his wife after saying that he was going to reach out to her across from the table from her at lunch. Remember when he said, I'll reach out. I'm going to reach out. I understand. He said he was just busy this weekend. And he needed solitude and safety. Honestly, I wish No Coochie would just... I wish I just would never see him again. I don't ever want to see him again. I don't want to see him on TV. I don't want to see him at the reunion. I don't want to see him on the after show. I don't want to see him on another episode. I hope to never see him in the streets. When I die, I don't want to see him in heaven. I don't want to see him in the afterlife. I'm not even going to put his picture up no more. Because that's how done I am with looking at him. To be honest with you. I don't want to see this man ever again. Anyway, I wrote down here he is again playing the victim. He blames Emem for everything. Oh, it's just her. She didn't create a space for me. Oh, it's just her. She touched my leg. Oh, it's just her. I don't understand. She came on to me. Oh, it's just her. It's just her. She doesn't provide that for me. She doesn't allow me to do this. She doesn't do it. It's never I, nothing about himself. It's always blaming Emem for the way that he is feeling so small and stupid, and never his own decisions. Dr. Pia said, do you want to be in this marriage? It don't feel like a marriage. Do you want to be in the marriage? Yes or no? Y'all don't want me to host this show. Y'all don't want me to host the reunion. First of all, they would never ask me to host a reunion. A lot of people ask me sometimes, Jazmyn, why would you ever, how come they don't reach out? Girl, the way I be talking bad about these folks. And let me tell you something. If anybody who produces the show watch, I used to work in human resources. I know how to clean things up. I definitely know how to put on my corporate voice. So if I need to do it, I will do it. Luckily, this is this channel that I'm able to be my authentic self, and I don't have to do that. But if y'all need me to clean it up, I will. But I'm still going to come and get to the nitty gritty. Okay? I wrote down, no, Coochie doesn't want to be married. I don't think he wants to be married to anybody. Please, let this be a warning to anybody out there. Do not be with this man. Anybody who can act like this in front of millions of people, I would be afraid to see how they were going to act when there was no cameras. To be honest with you. Anyway, when No Coochie said he doesn't want to be with MM no more, he don't want this, he don't want her, she gets up and she walks away. And I wrote down, why are you upset? Why are you crying? And she said, I still want this marriage. I still want this marriage so bad. When I signed up for this is what I wanted. I never wanted to give up on this early. Okay, I never seen this level of desperation in my life. I've never seen this amount of low self-esteem in one room. I've never seen the level of thirst, not even in the desert. Like, the level of desperation in this episode is really literally gagging. My throat is dry from looking at y'all be so thirsty and desperate. Because what the hell? You begging this man. You begging this man at this point. You're begging this man to give you a shot after the whole reason he's upset with you is because you were trying to be affectionate and suggested intimacy with him. I have a question. For my girls like for Emem, and also the girls who beg a man for closure, how many times do you need to be told no before you get that somebody don't want you? Like, how many times do you want him to tell you he don't want you? Because he's told Emem that he don't want to be with her at least 5 times. And that's one thing he said on the after show. How many times can I tell somebody that I don't want to be with them? I don't really understand that. Like, y'all have to learn how to walk away. When somebody tells you, when somebody shows you, I don't want to be with you, then leave them. Do you really want to be with somebody who you had to beg to be with? I don't want nothing I have to beg for. I like to get the things because I deserve the things. Yeah, because I deserve the things and I love the things and the things love me back. I don't want nothing I gotta beg and scrape and scratch for. What the hell? Oh my gosh. No Coochie said he at least wants to salvage this by having a friendship. He doesn't want a friendship with you either. Who wants to be with friends with somebody who is looking to embarrass you? After that, they walk outside and No Coochie goes, you want to play video games? And Emem goes, yes. Desperado. Oh, with a whole lot of rado. Nene jado. Take it easy. Why are you... I don't understand this. I could have turned my TV off. I could have literally turned my TV off at this point. Emem said that he keeps doing this mixed signal thing. And I wrote down, girl, you need help. He don't want you. He don't want you. Like, anyway, this is what really gagged me. Emem said, I've dated worse men. Everyone has their thing. I said, Emem, go to therapy. Get some help. Get some help. Go to therapy. Please talk to a specialist, a psychotherapist. Yes, please do something. Something, please. Because you've dated worse men, you think that you're going to put up with this? That's sad to me. That's sad. That's sad. Let's get to the retreat. I I knew there was a problem when Echi showed up to the retreat without that damn backpack. I said, where's his backpack? Because he had that same beanie, that same jean jacket, them same glasses, and no backpack. He don't plan on staying. Because where's his damn backpack? Where's his camper? Nah. He walks in, leans over to Emem and said, can I talk to you for a minute? He didn't even acknowledge anybody else. Emem goes over and sits at the table and he gives her a divorce paper. He doesn't give her divorce papers. He gives her divorce paper. Just one. Hello? It takes more than one paper to get a divorce. Okay? It takes several papers and apparently several years if you ask my fucking divorce lawyer. It takes more than that. Okay? I wrote down, he came to the house to break up with you in front of everybody. He came to the house to embarrass you, to try to get you to he tried to get an emotional response from you by getting you to blow up. And all it did was make him look like a complete dummy, a complete idiot. Where did he get one divorce paper from? Did the producers give him that? And then he was like, can you please sign it? She's like, there's nowhere to sign. Just sign the top. Put your initials at the top like he's in grade school. Hell no, I'm not signing shit. I'm not signing this. Ain't even no space. There's no signature space. Just sign it. No. Why would I sign something? It's not even a legal document. Why would I sign this, you doo-doo bird? Dookie head? Idiot. Why would I sign this? Oh my goodness. Then he talking about I'm not everybody's cup of tea. No coochie. You're not even a cup of fucking water. Hell, you're not even a cup of sand to drink. Like, nobody wants you. If I'm thirsty and I'm looking for a cup and I pick up a cup of no coochie, I'ma just die. Because I wouldn't even drink you if you were the last fucking cup on earth. Then Emem gets to the dinner table with everybody and she starts acting. Let me tell you something. Emem, you need to go to therapy. Because your behavior at the table, if you weren't feeling mentally up to have a conversation with the entire group, that would have completely been okay if you just headed to bed. After this man trying to embarrass you in front of everybody. Okay? But sitting at the table and making odd comments that don't match the vibe of the room because you're going through an emotional time and just really honestly giving a very weird vibe to the entire environment is not okay either. Everybody's sitting here arguing. David's like, yeah, I cheated. I texted a girl named Tiffany and and Michelle's like, yeah, and he literally lied to me for 3 or 4 days. Yeah, so how's that? He lied to me for 3 or 4 days. And I know I hated him. I said he was ugly. His breath stank. He's ugly. He's Dookie Bird. He's black, but not the right kind of black. And he's not even really black for real. Like, come on. And then Emem is sitting at the end of the table like, yeah. Well, I guess I'm the only one. I guess I'm the only one going through it. You sitting at the table like you're fucking Eddie Murphy. We don't need you to be Eddie Murphy right now, okay? We need you to be fucking Whitney Houston in Waiting to Exhale. Bring it down. Why are you sitting at the edge of the table talking about Hercules? What's wrong with you guys? What's not clicking with y'all? On the after show, No Coochie says, how many times do you have to say that you don't want to be with somebody or that you're done before they believe it? And Keisha Knight Pulliam says, well, you were sending her mixed signals. And No Coochie said, that ain't on me. And I need this to be a lesson for every single person watching this damn show or watching this review. When somebody shows you, says and or shows you that they do not want to be with you, and you decide to hold on and scratch on to that relationship, it ain't on them at that point. They are absolving themselves from responsibility. It's on you to get up and know your worth and walk away and decide what you're going to do. So from this moment on, from this episode on, I actually agree with No Coochie. It's not on him no more. He served you with divorce papers. He done did all of that. If I hear an ounce of I want to be with this man for the rest of the season, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. These people make me so mad. Anyway, if you still watching this review and you ain't subscribed to this damn channel, I'm done with you too. Hell.